everyone. Okay, the overall energy today is there's somebody thinking about you, okay, who you're in separation from. However, they don't think this separation will last forever. Okay, you could be picking up on this energy. However, you are divinely protected at the moment. And I feel possibly from this connection, because what I'm really getting with the cards that came out, I did a pre-shuffle, is that you have left this connection before. This person didn't think you wouldn't come back, okay, and this is based on past behaviour. I'm getting that you did go back. They didn't think you would keep walking this time, okay. They don't think it's the end. It doesn't matter how long you've been apart. They don't think it's the end. They think that there is a possibility at some point that you will reconnect. So I'm going to have a little look at that today and see what's going on. What I am channeling, what I'm hearing, is that they're almost falling apart. They can't hang on to something they've been trying to hang on to. And this is specific. The thing they're trying to hang on to is something that you told them would not work. However, the key here is that you gave them unconditional love. You didn't judge them. You didn't say, I told you so, etc., etc. You just said, hey, this isn't going to work out this way. You need to step back. And you told them they needed to start standing up for themselves. Okay, but they didn't. But I feel that they're falling apart now. So I'm going to have a look at what's going on. I'm going to go today into their environment quite heavily. I just feel something's falling apart here. Something's going down the pan, as we say. And also, you know, best possible outcome. What they're going to do. Are they going to come forward? Because I feel it's their energy that's stronger today. On a reconciliation basis, I feel for you, you've glowed up. You've kind of moved on. But I also feel that you still don't have any judgmental feelings towards this person. Okay, you've risen above it. You're better. You're better than this. Okay, just give these a shuffle. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks ever so much for all your support. I read all your comments. I couldn't do it without you. Thank you. And if you'd like a reading, just click on the title of this video. If you're on a mobile, it'll take you through to the description box. And also check out the, check out the free relationship report as well if you want to. Okay, let's see what else. Just see what this lot's about. Okay, central card, break up and separation, stop the pattern. That's what you've done. You've stopped the pattern. There was definitely a pattern here. Okay, they didn't think you were, they thought you'd come back, you know, maybe 6 months, maybe a year, maybe longer. But they thought you would come back. I feel that they could have messaged you at some point as if nothing had happened. I don't feel they offered any particular apology to you. However, what else have we got here? Yeah, things are going to come to a head in their environment, all right? I think they have, to start with, or maybe over the course of a few months, like I say, a year or so, they have been doing their own thing. They could have met somebody else, but it wasn't serious, even if they pretended it was, okay? It hasn't worked out. It's not rocking their boat, as we say. They got back out there in whatever shape or form they were doing it, but they've realised they've sabotaged your relationship. Okay, they've realised they've sabotaged it. You felt abandoned in the end. You know, it's a classic energy of you just have to save yourself in the end, because you do have to come first. I'm hearing to tell you that you do have to come first. If you're watching this and you found it a real struggle, you know, it's like the two parts of your brain. The one part knows that you have to do it, and that, you know, the treatment you're getting is way out of order. But then you've got the emotional side that I'm getting here. Someone is watching this, maybe one person, who felt guilty for leaving. Guilty for leaving, okay? But I feel that when you were with them, they guilt-tripped you a lot. they guilt tripped you a lot. If you tried to explain yourself, or if you tried to put your point of view across, I just feel this person flipped it back and almost sort of said, oh, you know, why are you saying that to me? Why can't you just leave me alone? That kind of energy, okay? This messed with your mind in a nutshell, really. It messed with somebody's head. So when you left, you felt a great amount of guilt because you could see that something was going to fall apart. And it's almost as if I'm channeling someone watching this feels slightly guilty because they feel maybe if they'd stayed it wouldn't have fallen apart. I can tell you now it would have fallen apart, and what would have happened is your mental health and your well-being, which is paramount, absolutely paramount, would have further slipped into the abyss. That's the word I'm hearing, the word abyss, okay? But this person still thinks you're either going to chase them or you're going to come back. So let's see what your person would like to say first. Let's get some messages. Regret flew out. Yeah, they've got regrets. I wish this had never happened. They're struggling to get over the past. I feel this is the advice you gave them on. Nothing to do with your relationship per se. Other people that were connected into your relationship that were affecting it in some shape or form, either with their behaviour, their interference, maybe their financial contribution, or they were pulling the purse strings. There was something here, okay, but it's definitely to do with your person's past, okay? Things didn't go the way I planned. No, we'll go a little bit deeper on that. They certainly haven't gone the way they planned. It's going down the pan. I tell you, it is going down the pan. They are not coping. They are not managing. 2 of these, please. I want to feel that way again. Finding out the truth crushed me. This truth has got something to do with the advice you gave them regarding a group of people or a person. Okay, they didn't believe you. I think deep down they did. I'm hearing deep down they believed you, or that they knew what you were saying had an element of truth, but their defence mechanism went straight up. They didn't want to look at it. They didn't want to shine the light on it, to expose the fact that your relationship was the way it was because of other people. Okay, that they, unfortunately, kept forgiving. You know, I'm hearing blood is thicker than water today. They just kept forgiving them. It's almost... But I feel there were occasions that your person did understand what you were saying, okay? But I just know today they wish they'd not ignored you. They wish they hadn't ignored the advice that you were giving, okay? Because they're in a mess now. Environment, please. What's going on in this person's environment? Like I said earlier, you're divinely protected. You're held in love at all times. You're always loved, okay? You are loved. That's all any of us are. We're just pure love. Even people who don't act it, at our core being, when we, you know, get here, it's like getting off a bus, isn't it? Ah, planet Earth, please. When we get here, we're just pure love, okay? We're just pure love. So let's see what is going on with your person's environment, please. Thank you. They're trapped. They're trapped in a cage of their own making with this card, okay? Someone else is calling the shots here in their life. Somebody else could be maintaining their lifestyle. Or they cannot get out of where they are because there's too many other people involved who have a say on the matter. It's not like they just live in a place that they could move from. That's what I'm hearing. That they are in a place that other people have a say on. Maybe documentation, maybe paperwork. Excuse me. throat chakra feels tight. They don't want you to know this. What this person is projecting out is total silence, radio silence. You probably aren't even connected on social media with this person, okay? I think you really have no idea what's going on with them. So I feel today whoever's watching this is assuming that they've moved on and that they're getting on with their own life. I feel that you are going to find something out soon. I don't mean something massive, like a message or an absolute truth bomb, but you will find out something that intuitively you will know that this message was for you when you watched this, because this person is projecting out they are happy with their independence, they're happy on their own, or whatever they're doing, that they've got their finances together, etc., etc. But they haven't, okay? They haven't. They have access to a certain standard of living. It doesn't have to be a rich standard of living, but it can be. It can be any standard of living. They have access to utilities. They have access to funds, I'm hearing, but they can't break free, okay? They can't break free. Now, this is what you told them, that they would forever be indebted to a person, persons or situation if they didn't grow a pair and start sticking up for themselves. Okay, they didn't do it. They didn't do it. So now they are indebted, and they haven't even got you fighting their corner, because the way you did it, you didn't give ultimatums, and if you did at the end, it was reactive because you had nowhere to go. You couldn't get through to this person. You just couldn't get through to them, okay? They know that the advice you gave was pure, kind and non-judgmental. You didn't give this advice to get something for yourself. You did it because you wanted to help your person, and you wanted almost to be left alone with your person, not cutting anyone out. I'm not getting that, but you wanted to be left alone to live your life with your person freely. Okay? Freely. But they are now caged. They've realised the forbidden fruit. I just heard the words forbidden fruit. Environment, please. 9 of Swords. There we go, yeah. You are constantly in their head all the time. All the time. Okay? They don't sleep very well. They've got a lot of anxiety. They still, you know, with the 9 of Swords in that card, they still aren't facing this situation head on. Okay? They are ruminating it in their head like a washing machine. But this situation is going on around them. There are arguments, there's fightings, there's quarrels, okay? Could be a very strong female figure involved in all of this. Somebody who likes to play mother hen, okay? But I feel this mother hen isn't always a very nice mother hen. I feel it's somebody who will do things for you to get something back. Now, they might not want it back for 6 years, but they will call that favour in, okay? But they do things for you to make you feel beholden to them, and that is what your person is involved with now. But that was going on whilst you were together. That was going on whilst you were together. This isn't anything new. Okay, but they've had time now on their own. A bit of time, I feel, today. This isn't for those of you, if you've just broken up like last week. This has been going on for a while now. But, you know, there's a saying, time will always tell. And it is doing. It is doing, okay? They're very anxious. They're very worried. They're in a dark place. They're not in a very good place. They can't run anymore. Well, they can't run physically, okay? They can't run physically, but they can't run mentally anymore. They've probably, I feel what they've been doing is, which we all do to a certain extent, they've been using things in the 3D, like maybe going out a lot, maybe drinking, maybe on the computer a lot, that kind of stuff. They haven't wanted to think about it. You know, you keep busy sometimes, you're trying to run from it, but they can't run now. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to go. And like I say, they've got this person who comes across as very kind, very caring, but very selfish underneath. It's the sort of person, once you've wised up, and this really could have been a specific piece of advice. Again, it's details that are coming out today, that you told your person not to take things or let this person help you, and specifically not to be financially beholden to them, okay? Because there would be a price to pay later on. It was either them or you, really, and you decided and made the right decision in this energy to put yourself first. All right. Anything else on this person's environment? Anything else, please? Heavy, heavy deck. Bottom of the deck, just all 5 of Wands. Arguing, competition. The Moon. The Moon never really gives any answers to me. The Moon, from your person's point of view, they're just very anxious, okay? They have got to grow a pair, and they've got to do something that is going to make them really uncomfortable, and they've got to do this without knowing how it's going to end up. Okay, that's the problem here. They want to know the outcome. But what they need to do is go within their own mind and decide the outcome and believe. They need to believe they can do this before they see it, okay? So they are very anxious, and there are people that they are going to have to go up against. People who have been rooted in their life for quite a while, okay? People who are quite authoritarian, quite, closed off. Okay, and they can't see the way forward. So all they're doing is ruminating in their head and staying put whilst everything crumbles around them. You know, this I feel with the 9 of Swords and the Moon, you know, the swords are all about communication, the mental aspect of our human psyche. And, you know, for me that is a big indication of anxiety, mental health problems. You know, they're trying to maintain some form of independence in their life, but they're kidding themselves. There is no independence here. There's none whatsoever. You know, there's none whatsoever. They could now be having to find work to maintain something. They've got themselves trapped, okay? But the key here is they ignored your advice. They ignored you. They ignored the advice, okay? And, you know, I believe, and we're all, you know, we should all believe what we believe. People can, you know, we all have our own beliefs, but I believe that, you know, what we think about continuously, in the end, you know, we will manifest. And I feel with the divine protection, that is your spirit guides, your guides. And also, there is someone watching this here today who, when you were in this relationship, although you desperately wanted to make it work, sometimes it's the subconscious and like your soul messages were saying, if I don't get out of this, I don't think I'm going to be able to stay sane myself, okay? And then it's almost as if you then think the universe comes in and sweeps you up, but it's usually quite often your own deep subconscious beliefs So on a day-to-day basis, someone was, I feel, trying to stay in this situation. But I think that's what this phrase deep down, but deep down, your soul, your higher self, whatever you want to call it, your consciousness, was working out that it was just really, really difficult for you. Okay, so yeah, your person is, their life is not good. They are listening to too many people. You know, they're surrounded by some really narrow-minded people. It's almost as if, you know, they just kowtow to them, they're just bowing to them. You know when somebody says, well, it's always been done this way? No. You know, when generations will pass on a certain thing, and some of them are quite funny. Yeah, but some of them aren't. You know, it's just when you stay in your person is staying in a situation which is long gone over its expiry date. But this is a block, this card, and they're just very narrow-minded, and they're just following the party line, or they're listening to other authorities, or other, it's just a real energy of other people's belief systems are at play here. And that's why I just feel they've got to almost gross them, really. No, they don't know what they're going to do. They really don't know what they're going to do. Okay, let's see if they're going to come back in. I have no idea. I cannot honestly sit here and say what I'm feeling with this. I feel they need you. And I feel they need you. But there's a lot of energy of them just navel glazing, as we say. Okay, best possible outcome in this energy today, please. Okay, that's their energy. Are they going to stay with the money? King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, stubborn energy. Could be a Taurian you're dealing with, you know. Taurian or Libra. More earth sign today, more earth energy today. Are they going to do anything, or are they just going to struggle on? Right, okay. They think you're the only one for them. You could have been married to this person. I've got a pair here. Very, very unusual. Don't see that a lot. Really don't see that a lot, okay. Yes, I feel eventually this person could make an appearance. However, what clarified these cards is the Three of Swords. You will make the decision, I feel. You will make the decision on whether to entertain this, okay. They would like to come forward. They still see you as their person, their wife, their husband, whatever your relationship was, okay. But we've got the Three of Swords sat in the middle. Is it repairable? Was there too much damage done? I just also feel today, King of Pentacles, and that what I was channeling earlier, that this person does like to keep up appearances, okay? And they don't like to break tradition. They don't like to break their traditions. You know, if they've all, just an example, if they've always cut the bread one way, they will continue to cut it that way, even if it takes their finger off. Yeah, they're just very, very, very stubborn. But you are that person in their head, okay? But at the moment, I feel they will sit on the sidelines, because this flew out, sandwiched in between you. Third parties, heartbreak. Everyone knows what the Three of Swords means. Okay, and you don't want your heart broken again. You don't want your heart broken again. You don't want the mental torment. Okay, you don't want to keep repeating yourself and having the same conversations day in, day out, when someone is not listening to you. But more than that, you felt abandoned in this. Okay, you were very loving, very kind, very trusting, very open, but more than anything, you were non-judgmental. Okay, your person does like to keep up appearances, and for some of you, before I wrap this up, they will allow other people to fund their lifestyle, And that could be the mother hen I was describing earlier. You know, the one person who's just, it's always payback time. So I shall leave that with you. I hope it's helped somebody. So yeah, their life is falling apart. There's a lot of arguments, a lot of toxicity in that, you know, a lot of toxicity. Everybody thinks that in that environment your person's in, they all think they're right, they all think they're truth. Nobody's got a plan. No one's got a plan. They're just all glossing it over because nobody wants to face the elephant in the room. Okay, so leave it with you. Take good care. I love you very much. Remember, you're the best. And if no one's told you today, I love you. You're amazing. Speak soon. Bye.